What can I tell you about ASNA? Well, ASNA started really from the birth of our son Matthew. He's 28 years old now. But the day that he was born, I remember lifting him up out of the water and looking in his face and thinking, there's something unusual about his eyes. Looking up at the midwife, she said, oh no, everything's okay. But within a couple of days, we were escorted to Great Ormond Street Hospital, which is a children's hospital. And there the consultant explained to us that our son Matthew was born with a very rare condition called Peter's anomaly. Now, this exhibits itself in really the loss of sight, at least for Matthew, because it affects the cornea of his eye. But the consultant said to us, there may be one other thing that may happen with Matthew. It might either affect his teeth or he may have learning disabilities. And in fact, Matthew, as he developed, wasn't keeping up with his milestones, and he was then diagnosed to have autism and learning difficulties. Now, this, as you can imagine, was quite a challenge for us as a family. My husband and I really found it very difficult. We found it difficult, particularly within the church community, because there seemed to be very little, I suppose, appreciation, understanding of people with learning disabilities and other disabilities. In fact, it was through our experience in the church that we started ASNA, the Adventist Special Needs Association. And it really was set up for two main reasons. We as a couple felt very much alone. As I said, people didn't really understand. You know, you would often get people encouraging you to pray. If you pray hard enough, maybe your son could be healed. Or people would say things like, you know, is there something that you've done in the past that maybe that's why he has a disability? And one of the things that we found by setting up this charity is that we found a lot of support. So the impact that the charity has done, and it is indeed a charity, it was set up in 2001, and it was set up by a group of carers. And the main reason for doing that was because we felt very much that there was a need for family support. You know, you can feel very isolated as a family member when you feel that there's nobody else around, especially in the church community. So it has two main focuses. One is to support families. And we run residential breaks, we run carers days, and the idea is to bring people together for connections. And the other thing that we do is we provide training and awareness. So a church may invite us to come and run a program, and the whole essence of that is to provide a space, a safe space, where people can maybe ask questions that they probably wouldn't have asked before. And the idea at the end of it is that that church is left with a sense that they can create a place of belonging for all. Because that's ultimately what ASNA is about, creating a place of belonging for everybody. So one of the benefits, I think, of setting up this charity, at least for my life and for our family's life, is that we really feel that we're not alone. And that was a main focus of setting up the charity. And not only has it affected our lives, but also the families that we have connected with. We have well over 1,000 people that have connected with the charity. And over the years, maybe up to 4,000 people. Not actually counting all of the numbers, but the impact that people say that this charity has made on their lives has been, one, people feel that they're not alone. And that's key. They have peer support. The second thing that people often say is that they come together and get a break, actually get respite. And for us, it was a real joy to get that respite. But for the families that come to our residential breaks, families that come to events like our Carers Day, they actually feel that they get a break and that they're understood and that they can share and they can feel connected. And this makes a major difference on people's mental health. I think most importantly, it's very easy as a carer that your health can be affected. In fact, your health does get affected. So the idea of the Carers Days is so that people can come away so that they can, I suppose, rejuvenate, they can reignite their batteries, and they're better to be able to care for the people that they support. The other thing that our charity has really done, impacted people's lives, is, as we say, we go to churches and we provide training and awareness programs. We call them Making the Gospel Accessible programs. And the idea is to help churches to appreciate that not only in their church community, but also in their local community, there are those who have not heard the gospel. When we think about it, there are over, there are in the UK alone over 1.4 million people with learning disabilities. But the question is, how many of these have heard about the Word of God? How can we be better able to not only to share the gospel ourselves, but also how can we help people with disabilities to themselves be disciples? How can we work together with people with learning disabilities, people with all sorts of difference? How can we work together to be the light in this world? How can we work together as people with diverse needs, be what God has placed us here to be his light and to share his light to others? So that's really what I feel the charity has been able to do on not only our lives, but the lives of so many other people that we have touched. So today we had our annual Carers Day, and it was brilliant. It was brilliant. Why? Because we had well over 50 people, which I think is great for our numbers, because since COVID we did actually suffer quite a bit with our numbers and people were a bit nervous about coming out. But actually today we had a goodly number of people and everybody had a wonderful time. Again, it was about sharing. And today the theme was caring with love. And we focused in the afternoon on caring with love. Fathers. How are fathers, what has been the impact on fathers who have children with additional needs or are caring for adults with additional needs? And it was really amazing to hear the vulnerable stories that our fathers shared. And the wonderful thing about it is that other fathers in the room were also able to share. So that was really good this afternoon. And today, the Carers Day that we normally run, the 19th of October, and it's usually around this time we have this annual event. We used to have weekends, but we find that the day actually seems to work really well. But this is not the only event that we run. In fact, in the course of the year, we run a series of different events. So coming up, we usually have a concert in December, but this year we've got a concert on the 25th of January. It's going to be again at New Bold, and we're really excited about that. And that's a fundraising concert. And one of the things that we always try to do at these concerts is we create spaces for people who are living with additional needs, whether it's mental health, whether it might be depression, whatever it is, to use music to bring people to share their gift. So that's going to be the 25th of January. And then in April, we have a residential break where families come together and we spend a few days together from Friday right the way till, some stay till Monday. In fact, some come on Thursday. And we're going to be having it again this year in Hayeswood. And we would love, if anybody is getting this message, please look out for the date, for the promotion. We'd love for you to come and spend some time with us. And it's on the 24th to the 27th of April. It's in April, and we really hope that you can join us. And then this year we're hoping to run a week-long break for young carers. This is for brothers and sisters that have children, or have brothers and sisters with additional needs, siblings with additional needs, or young people who are looking after their parents who may have long-term illness, whatever it might be. We create a space for young people up to age 14 to share their experiences if they want to, or just to be and spend time. And we often tend to give them an opportunity to do some activities that they haven't done before, or some sort of challenge event. But ultimately it's about bringing people together, and that's really what ASNA is about. It's about connecting people. And then during the course of the year, we have a series of one-day seminars, workshops, and also online. We do quite a lot of things online. If you really want to hear about what we're doing, then you really need to check our website, www.asna.info. And that's where we tend to post all our information. Subscribe to our website and the information will come straight to you.